What is up? I'm your host, Gabby, and welcome to the Shit My Roommate Says podcast. Come vibe with my guests and I as we share our stories and open up about the taboo topics that roam around in most people's minds. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Hi. Hello there. How you doing? It has been a minute since I have recorded. It has been, oh my God, like I really can't remember the last time I recorded. And that is just what brings me into the episode. Like we're just going to dive right into it. Welcome to Shit My Roommate Says podcast. Hello. I'm Gabby, for those who know. And I missed all of y'all. How's it been going, fam? I I told myself I was going to record an episode today. My goal for the end of 2021 was to record an episode today commemorating just the year total, because I'm not going to allow myself after today to basically abandon the show anymore. And I am going to make myself do it. So I guess I'm going to take back that. But what's up? I mean, where do I begin? So I know I did some short episodes. I did some short episodes maybe around the summertime. So this year has literally given me the emotional roller coaster that I never knew I didn't need, but definitely could have lived without. But luckily I survived. It's just I would never go on this roller coaster again, hopefully, ever. I I started off the year, the podcast was basically brand new at the beginning of the year. And then February happened. I tell people to this day, I have PTSD from February. That winter storm. Oh my God. Like, are you fucking kidding me, Texas? Like, isn't it isn't the saying like, it's hotter than hell in Texas? Like, so literally hell froze over in February. It was every Texan's nightmare, beautifully aesthetically, beautiful aesthetically, but holy fucking shit. I Okay, for those who, listen from previous episodes, I work in apartments, so I do property management. I haven't really talked about what I do, but I'm going to start bringing it a little bit more into the show here and there. But we're just going to say I work in property management, right? And so just imagine dealing with, of course, everybody's house and the entitlement of everybody, because now in today's age, everybody is entitled so bad. Like nobody's mother taught them manners. Shame. But this year, so this year with the winter storm and everything that happened, it brought a lot of it brought out honestly my mental instability that I didn't realize I needed to really have in better check. So I'm kind of grateful that it kind of happened, but at the same time, it could have happened so much more less invasive. But I persevered. I'm here now, still figuring it all out, but nonetheless, like you overcome that obstacle. So the one thing that February taught me work wise was that one, work is always going to be there. Two, I was just an employee, not part of the team, I guess. There was definitely no camaraderie when I departed that place. And, you know, to each his own. Like it really taught me at the end of the day. It opened my eyes. It was something completely unexpected and utter bullshit, personally. Whatever. Past it. But it was one of those things that really it made me realize that I'd gotten too comfortable in my lifestyle and that I needed to change a few things. And it was hard. I was still trying to learn a lot about myself in the process of healing from February, you know, to I want to say it was like end of June or so when um the rug got taken out from under my feet. And then, you know, from June basically to like all of the summer, all of the summer I kind of went on a sabbatical. I just kind of did my own thing, hung out with my kid, um really just kind of put that time and effort and energy back into myself, which made me better, in my opinion, because I was able to take that time that I would spend, you know, for other things. And I just really just kept it inside. I still would think about the podcast here and there. And, you know, that's where I think I did a few of my little smaller episodes. We were between houses too at the time. So it was chaotic and super complicated. And I'm one of those that I'm such a perfectionist at heart that if something's just not right or not in my element or my zone, then it's not going to work for me. I'm just not going to be comfortable. So I kind of told myself, wait, you know, being that type A, I wanted it to be right. I wanted it to be in my moment. I wanted it to be in my bubble. And there came a shift later in the year where it how do I explain it? It was literally, I have no idea how to understand that Mercury in retrograde, but I'm pretty sure it was, you know, for those who understand that. But so many things just started happening throughout that summer. So Chef and I got, of course, engaged in February, and we instantly were starting to plan, you know, because we don't we've already we're hitting 4 years in February. So we kind of were already technically thinking about different things here and there, you know, like the ideas would pop up. So we had told ourselves that we kind of wanted a bigger wedding, not necessarily too big, you know, like maybe like small, I guess, of like 100 people or so. But to us that was big. We're not I think 2020 had so 2020 made me feel like those times in high school, you know, where you feel like people are talking about you behind your back and you're just to yourself and you don't know how to feel and you're so indifferent. All of the changes that came in 2020 definitely kind of made me feel that type of vibe again. 2021 was like the ultimate great guy, or for me, guy, or for anybody else, guy or girl, or a hasty combination of the two. Hun, keep going. It was like, imagine the perfect human being coming into your life, just being super suave and nailing every check mark on your list, and then just up and fucking ghosting you and like blocked, you know, can't get in touch. Like, what in the world, for one? Um, but holy shit, this year just messed with this year just messed with me personally. I'm sure it messed with pretty much everybody else, but yes, for me it fucking sucked. I compare it to an old relationship where it felt kind of like nightmarish, and I was like, this is definitely what it felt like to be in the Twilight Zone. At least that's how I feel about it. But I mean, The one thing that came from that experience, at least, sorry, girls, gotta take a drink here and there. The one thing that came, at least, out of that experience was being able to understand that no matter what was thrown at me, I definitely always made something happen from there. I took time off with my kid, you know, and I took that time off to help my family, help my relationship with Chef. And, that's where, coming back from that tangent, that's where we decided that we just weren't interested in a big wedding anymore. It wasn't something that phased us, wasn't something that we felt was really necessary afterwards. We've been talking for so many years about, getting our own house and buying, land and whatnot. And it was one of those things like, we want to do this, but we also want to do this. Where could we compromise? And I think our best decision was when we decided to elope. So shortly, after 2022 starts, we will be eloping. So yeah, super exciting. Um, but it kind of recirculates to 2021. It changed our perspectives to a lot of things, um which ultimately, honestly, led to a small separation between him and I for about a month, where I took that time to reflect, myself, really. And there were certain things that I learned, upon losing my job, upon us having to move and everything afterward. you know, I learned that we weren't as solid as I needed us to be, as solid as I'd hoped for our family. And I know a lot of people hear that saying, like, it's not you, it's me. Well, in our case, it was more so like, I love you, I do, but I love me more. And it really opened my eyes to how I wanted things, and how I had to learn to really hold on to my expectations. Like, I don't feel that anybody should have to lower their expectations. If you have them set a specific way, if you're more traditional about different things, then that's you. And when when we went through our stuff and we were learning and, trying to figure out what it was that we really wanted, I felt that it was at those moments that we were able to be our most unfiltered with each other. And it was what we needed. We needed to hear that raw emotion of what each one was feeling. We weren't clearly listening to each other. I know that happens in relationships. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way sometimes, but it really got us to that point where, is this what is this what we really wanted? And it felt horrible to really kind of bring all of those emotions to light. I didn't know how to perceive them, to comprehend them. I was figuring it all out, with so much other things going on. I had just recently, jumped into another job from there. So it was so much different change all at once happening, that it was a lot to take on. And that's where I call this year my mental health year, because it really helped me learn a lot about myself internally. And you know it helps you to understand your worth. It helps you to know, hey, maybe a job didn't work out, but at the same time, you knew your worth. A relationship didn't work out, but you knew your worth. I've learned this year to set those boundaries and to keep myself in check when it comes to remembering, hey, my voice counts too. And learning to be a little bit more vocal, which has never been an issue for me in my past, except for the fact that, now I got anxiety and a kid. So that's always been, a good challenge to overcome this year, but it's it's definitely been something to just overcome. I How would I say this year ends? Everything has gotten better. We go from here, take it day by day, just go with the flow on things. And I'm really, really looking forward to what 2022 brings. Just the thought of being able to say a different year just is like, the holy grail to my ears. I look forward to being able to do different things with the show. I'm ready to take it the direction I'm wanting to go, and to have different guests and just share the perspectives that I want to hear, and that I I feel like I've let everybody down this year, but at the same time, you know, we all thought COVID might have ended a little bit, and then we got a little bit of lax, and then it's like, oh, this new variant, and then this new Omicron. I was just I was just really hoping for like an easier end of the year, but yeah, it didn't happen. It's okay. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go party. I hope everybody has a great year, and I look forward to seeing everybody in 2022. And stay tuned, guys. Hey, if you enjoyed today's topic and guest, just stay tuned and subscribe.